Hey everybody, good evening. Today I'd like to do something new moving forward, and I'd like to read one bedtime story a week. I read stories to my kids each night, but I would like to read one to some of my students. And the story I picked to start off the weekly bedtime story is The Berenstain Bears and the Truth. You can tell a lot about a book by its cover, and on this cover, you have Mama Bear. Some of the characters are Sister Bear, Brother Bear, and then there's something going on up here. Okay, it's going to give us a little information about what the story's about. Let's get cracking. Now, I know there's a lot of times we're always talking about, oh, we gotta learn. Well, right now we're going to listen to a story for entertainment. Okay? It was a lazy sort of day in Bear Country. The air was so still that the leaves on the big treehouse where the Bear family lived were hardly rustling. Oh, there's some rustling leaves outside. Very windy today. I'm kind of in like my garage shed, and it's too noisy inside to read a bedtime story. Except in the beehive, where the bees were always busy. Nothing much seemed to be happening. It was the sort of day that sometimes leads to mischief, or some troublemaking. Inside the treehouse was Brother and Sister Bear. They were sitting around and weren't doing anything in particular. Brother was holding a soccer ball. He'd become interested in soccer, and he's been outside practicing free kicks. Sister was relaxing in an easy chair, thinking about what she could do next. Just relaxing. It's nice to relax sometimes. Neither Papa nor Mama Bear were around. Papa was in his shop working on some furniture, and Mama was out shopping. Okay, so the parents were busy. Hopefully they can find something fun to do without getting into trouble. I know what, said Sister. Let's go gather some wild blackberries. Brother thought about that. No, he said, wild blackberries have too many thorns, and besides, the seeds get stuck in your teeth. Well then, said Sister, let's go outside and twist each other up on the swing and see who gets the dizziest. Brother thought about that. Not such a great choice. No, he said, that's silly, and besides, we did that yesterday. Sister became irritated and impatient with her brother. Yeah, she's not able to wait. That's what patience means. My goodness, she complained. You don't want to do anything. All you want to do is sit there and hug that darn soccer ball. I think you must be in love with the soccer ball. I am not, protested Brother. But I'll tell you something. I bet I could double dribble this ball right past you. Brother was a pretty good soccer player and a very good dribbler. But so was Sister. The only one who saw what happened next, besides the cubs, was a mockingbird who was perched on a twig outside an open window. Brother faced Sister. The ball was on the floor between them. First, Brother moved the ball with his right foot. Then with his left, trying to trick Sister out of her position. Then, quick as a flash, he gave the ball a sharp kick with his foot. I'm just starting to think now, playing with the ball in the house, is that a good choice? The reason is because something could happen to your things. It almost worked. Sister was fast. Sister was fast, too. She reached out with her knee and blocked the ball, which bounced against the bookshelf, against the chair, against a footstool. Boing, boing, boing. Not a good thing inside the house. Balls are for playing outside. And into Mama's most favorite lamp, which fell on the floor with a crash. I guess I gotta tell Mama that they broke the lamp now. Oh no. Well, hopefully Mama will understand. The mockingbird let out a screech and got out there as fast as its wings could carry it. As it flew away, it saw Mama Bear returning from the marketplace. Now the Bear family had the Bear family house had some rules, just as any family has. One was no honey eating in bed. Another was no tracking mud in the clean floors, and another was no ball playing in the house. What to do? Brother looked at sister. Sister looked at brother. They both looked at the broken lamp. And they both listened in horror as Mama came out the front steps and into the house. All Brother had time to do before Mama came into the room was roll the ball behind Papa's chair. Oh, looks like he's almost hiding it. My lamp, said Mama, my best lamp. What happened? She asked, looking into her cub's eyes. Tell me about it. The cubs looked into Mama's eyes, then at each other, and then they began to tell one of the biggest whopper lies that has ever been told in Bear Country. A lie is when you tell something that's not the truth. Sometimes people do that to try not to get in trouble, not realizing you're going to get in more trouble because it's not the right thing to do. It was a bird, began Brother. Yes, said Sister. A big purple bird with yellow feet and green wingtips, added Brother. And funny-looking red feathers sticking out of his head, said Sister, as a finishing touch. As most lies do, the purple bird whopper got bigger and bigger and bigger. They call it a spider web of lies. It just gets bigger, the lie, and then you keep lying, and it gets bigger, and you get into more and more trouble. Bang, boom, bing. Yes, continued the cubs, and it flew in that window, zoomed around the room, and the bird knocked over the lamp. As Mama Papa was looking at the broken lamp with a very sad expression on their face, Papa Bear came inside from his shop. The cubs began to tell the story of the big bird that flew in the window and broke the lamp. It was harder to tell the second time. For one thing, they couldn't quite remember the things they had said about the bird the first time. You've got me confused, said Papa. Was it a purple bird with green wingtips and a yellow feather? Or a yellow bird with purple wingtips and green feet? Or was it a white bird with black spots? Like that soccer ball behind my easy chair. Uh-oh, I think he sees it. But the thing that really made it hard the second time was how very sad Mama looked as she picked up the pieces of her broken lamp. Mama, we're really sorry about the lamp, said Brother. Oh, yes, said Sister, picking up the last piece and putting it in the dustpan. Oh, said Mama, I'm not worried about the lamp. We could always get another lamp, and we can glue this one back together. What I'm sad about is that the thought that maybe, just maybe, my cubs, who I've always trusted, aren't telling me the truth. And trust is not something you can just put back together again. She wasn't concerned about the lamb. She was more worried about this not being the truth. Both cubs started to talk all at once. "It wasn't a bird! It wasn't a bird!" said sister. "It was a soccer ball." "And it was all my fault," shouted brother. "It was just as much my fault, too," shouted sister. And they were both shouted down by the phone, which rang loudly. It was Grizzly Grandma inviting the Bear family for a Sunday visit. "Hello, Gran," said Mama. "Oh, everything's just fine here in the treehouse. How's everything with you?" "But Mama," protested sister after Mama hung up the phone, "you told Grandma that everything is fine here, and that isn't really the truth, because we're dealing with a problem." "Oh, but it is," answered Mama. "We've had 2 fine cubs who just learned a very important thing about telling the truth, and what could be better than that? Now let's help Papa glue the lamp back together." I love this part because it's not about a problem. It's about finding a solution and solving the problem. Because if you just worry about the broken lamp, it's not going to make you feel good. Nobody really expects cubs to be perfect. And from time to time, brother and sister bear did forget the rules. Brother ate honey in bed a couple of times. One time, sister tracked a little mud on the clean floor. And once or twice, brother and sister started to play ball in the house before they remembered to. But they never ever again told a big lie, a whopper lie. Because trust is one thing you can't put back together once it's broken. Well, have a good night. That was my bedtime story of the week. I love the Berenstain Bears, and this story was really great because, if you start to tell lies, things that aren't true, then people will stop believing you. And there's something really special about when you tell a story, everyone looking at you and thinking, "Wow, that's amazing." Because if you lie a lot and you don't tell the truth, people are just going to be like, "Yeah, right. Sure." And that's not a good way to be. So remember, always tell the truth, even when nobody's around, and even if you think you're going to get in trouble. Because if you tell the truth, I guarantee you'll get in less trouble. All right? Well, that's me signing off. Everybody have a great night. See you next time. Adios.